So what do you actually need to complete your first triathlon? I brought Nikki here with me again, and we're going to tell you what you need. Let's start with the very first event. Nikki, what do we need?
You need your swim cap provided by the race.
It'll be
and
issued.
you don't have to have goggles, but they're recommended. I don't know, you wouldn't want to swim without them.
Nope. And you will be issued a swim cap that is coordinating to your event. It'll have your number on it. That's how we know who's racing in the water. All right. And then I have goggles, but I wanted to point out a lot of people, their goggles fog up. Best tip ever is baby shampoo. You don't need the expensive stuff. Just a little dab will do you. That'll keep your goggles clear. What can you not bring in the swim?
No flotation devices, buoys, swim fins, paddles, anything
Snorkels.
like that. Snorkels.
And what about wetsuits? Well, there are certain rules, temperature rules. It's on our website. It's on the USAT website. Over 84 degree water. If the water is over 84 degrees, wetsuits, any kind of neoprene, lava shorts, any kind of that kind of equipment is not allowed per USAT rules. This is a national qualifying event. We will strictly adhere to that rule. If it is 84 degrees, and it is likely that it will be in the water, you will not be able to wear your wetsuit. Right? So we're out of the swim. We're ready to get on a bike. So what do we have? What do we need?
All right, your basic needs are you need shoes to cycle in. You can have the fancy cycling shoes which clip onto your bike, or you can just ride in your tennis shoes, either one. Must have a helmet. That is non-negotiable. Must have a helmet.
And it must be strapped at all times. You're on a bike. That's it. And do you need to wear your number, your race number on your bike?
No, and we do not recommend, as it'll just be flapping behind you and it might come off. It's happened before, we've seen them on the road. So only need to wear the bib on the run.
You will be issued numbers for the bike that will help you identify your race number. Can you wear headphones?
No headphones, no cell phone, no music of any kind. It is a DQ.
Absolutely disqualification. Let's talk about the bikes. This is a gorgeous, sexy bike. Do you need this kind of bike? This is what we call a time trial or a triathlon bike. Nikki, do we need this kind of bike?
You do not. I did my first one on a very heavy road bike, and you don't need to purchase any of the super fancy gear unless you decide that you're going to stick with it. So the mountain bike that's in your garage, your neighbor's hybrid, your kid's road bike, as long as it fits you.
Any of those will work. The one thing you need to make sure is that that bike works well. You need to make sure that it has been checked out by a mechanic. We highly recommend our sponsor, the Bear Mountain. Make sure that the chain has been properly lubed, that the tires have been aired up and that they're in good shape and they're not dry, because in the Texas heat, it dries them a lot. So you want to make sure that you're not going to get out there and have a flat. That the brakes work, all the basic stuff, the basic gearing. Take it in at least a couple of weeks in advance and make sure. You can ride, like you said, in your running shoes. You do not have to have fancy cycling shoes or clip in. All right, so we're on the bike, we're off the bike. Now what do we need?
All we need are running shoes and our race number, which is, of course, issued by the race. And it helps a lot to have one of these race belts because you'll be swimming. You don't want to pin it to your back. It's going to get wet. It's going to get ruined. So invest in one of these. The local shops have them, and it's super helpful. So that and running shoes are really just your necessities.
Some of the extra things, if you wanted them, all right, just a few extra things. Obviously, we both have towels over here so that when you get out of the water, you have a towel to dry off. If you want to run with water, you can, but keep in mind that there are water stations every mile. You don't need this, but if this is something that makes you more comfortable, definitely bring one and be ready to use it. You'll want some sort of water bottle that goes into your cage if you have a cage. You don't have to have this. This is a short one. You don't have to have this, but if you want it, there is not water on the bike course. Keep that in mind, all right? You might want a hat, and I highly recommend, of course, sunscreen. Put it on before the race, all right? And then if you want any kind of snacks, do you need fancy gels and goos like Nikki has? No, you do not. Trusty Payday will work. So you can do it on several budgets right here. And try your first one, borrowing a bike if you need to. Just make sure it's in good shape. So,
But when you get hooked, you will want to buy all the fancy gear.
yeah, sorry. Not sorry.